Good afternoon, folks. Good afternoon, everybody. First of all, if you are listening to me, you may well be watching on playback, first of all, because we are also live. We are live on YouTube and hopefully we're live on Facebook. We will see on that one. Just to let you know, it is Thursday, the 4th of September. Thursday, the 4th of September at 12 noon. So if it isn't exactly 12 noon, you are watching on playback, but you are most welcome. We're going to give everybody a chance to get in to the show, first of all, who are watching live as well, yeah? So first of all, beneath me, I want to say, and what I'm going to do, Daryl, by the way, I do apologize, Daryl, but next to me, we have the wonderful Linda from Riviera Travel. Hi, Linda. Welcome back.
Hi, yeah, thanks for having me again.
It's a pleasure. You know, it's always a pleasure. And of course, underneath me now, beneath is we have, of course, from the Solo Holiday Forum by Passion for Cruises, the brilliant Daryl. Hi, Daryl. How are you, my friend?
Midday, Peter. Midday, Linda. Yeah, all good. I've literally just got back from my own family holiday in Sicily. So it was beautiful. It was 30 degrees each day, eating amazing food, drinking fantastic wine and beer. However, come back to sunny Wales and it's grim. So yeah, so it's taking its toll on me, Pete. I'm not going to lie to you all.
I've got a quick question, Dale, while people are still joining. You've gone to Sicily, yeah?
Yeah.
Were you going to see family by any
Yes,
chance?
I was. Yes, but yeah, there was a few discussions. It was all business, Peter, so don't take it personally.
Okay, good, good. Okay, we'll be
But
very
yeah, but
careful. Yeah,
yeah,
okay,
but what I will say is, please do
yeah,
not mess with me. All right. So this is my new
yeah.
cup. So anybody who's in the office now, if they're
Um,
on the wrong side of me, there you go. That's what happens.
Oh, right. We're going to go straight to all these wonderful deals. So just to say, by the way, if you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe to our channel. Please like the video. And if you've got any questions, what a great opportunity to ask Linda or Dale a question about these wonderful tours, or just say hello and let us know where you are. So what are we talking about today? First of all, we are announcing these wonderful European special tours. We have 2 tours to announce. One is Helsinki, Tallinn, and Riga. Plus, we have a second one, which is Bruges. And of course, this is our number to call. Be ready to give the team a call. So, Daryl, what we're going to do, let us know. We're going to talk through the itinerary and the deals and what's included. So, first of all, what's included?
So yeah, so from our side, if Linda's going to talk through this, because from our side, Peter, as you know, I haven't been to this part of the world, so it's no point me trying to explain. So Linda, if you don't mind, if you can go through this bit for us, that'd be really much appreciated.
And Daryl will be back very quickly with the deal. So here we go, Linda. Thank you.
Yeah, so this tour is great for people who like to tick countries off their list because we visit Finland and Estonia and Latvia, and we stay in all their capital cities, so Helsinki, Tallinn, and Riga. And it's just a really great tour for people who like culture and architecture and city breaks. And as well as being able to tick all those different countries off your list, you get to really compare and contrast them as well. So I'll talk about these in a lot more detail, but some of the things you can see here in Helsinki, we go to Samalina Fortress. We go to Riga and Tallinn, which are both UNESCO World Heritage Sites. We'll visit the old towns there. But we'll also go to Tartu as well, which is Estonia's second city. And we managed to do all of this in just 8 days.
Wow, that's a fantastic. And the highlights.
We're still on the same
These
page, Pete.
these are the
I'm
same.
sorry.
Yeah, no, still on the same page. If you can move on to the next one, mate.
Okay, so just to let me see where the highlights are. Is this the highlights here?
If not, I can run through the glance at a glance, mate. I've got it in front of me.
Please do. Go for it.
Yeah, so at a glance, with this particular trip, it's 7 nights in 4-star accommodation. So that's really important just to point out. You are getting good standard accommodation throughout, getting return flights and transfers, program of daily tours and visits, daily breakfast and free dinners, an expert tour manager. Now, the great thing is, I mean, Linda has spoken about the tour managers. I've spoken about the tour managers on previous programs, but these are the best in the business when it's bringing solos together. So Riviera really handpick their tour managers to make sure they're putting the right people on their tours. You're getting checked luggage, all your local taxes are included. And as Linda said, you're getting 3 countries in one tour. So this is a great opportunity.
Okay, I'm just trying to see where CJ, if you've got the graphic on that one, can you stick it up there, please, CJ, on that one? The graphic on that one. There we go.
There we go. And so just a couple of things to point out. Maximum group size of 25 people, and a welcome dinner or drinks to get to know your fellow travelers. And what they will do, Riviera, at the airport, they will meet you. So that's why there is a choice of dates in a few different airports, which you'll see shortly. And that's purely and simply so you'll have someone to welcome you at your chosen UK airport.
Right. And this is the incredible deal.
Yeah, so we've got quite a few dates. We've got 7 dates. Now, I know that some people will look and go, oh, this it's selected airports, but this is great because this means you'll all be flying together. So we've got Stansted the 19th of May at 1899, Manchester the 25th of May at 1899, Gatwick the 10th of June at 1949, Stansted the 7th of July at 2049, Gatwick the 3rd of August 2149, Manchester 13th of August 2149, and then Gatwick the 16th of September 1879. Now, yeah, getting these prices exclusive to us, so we have got them slightly cheaper than what you would get if you were to book these elsewhere. It's only a deposit of £250, Peter. So anybody who does want to book on this today, they can confirm their place at £250.
Wow, what fantastic deals, eh? Fantastic deals. We will go through those again, and we're going to go through the wonderful itinerary as well. So, Linda, please talk us through. This is where we start. This is the map of where we start. And day 1, Helsinki.
Yeah, so the tour starts in Finland, which I don't know if you know, but it's been ranked the world's happiest country for the last 8 years. And they're also the world's leading coffee drinkers. So I'm not sure if the two are linked, perhaps. But we'll start in the capital city of Helsinki, and we'll start at Senate Square, which is the oldest part of Helsinki, where you can see this lovely white and green cathedral and also the government palace. And we'll also visit the market square, which sells traditional market foods as well as handicrafts. And we do have some free time in all of our cities. We kind of do a guided tour, and we have free time to explore as well, because obviously people like to wander around independently. And one thing, like they can, for example, see the cathedral. There's 2 cathedrals. So we saw the white one, and then there's this one as well. I think we've got a picture as well of some of the kind of modern sculptures that they have as well. And in the free time, there's so much for people to do. The one thing I really remember from my trip there is they have this rock church, which is a modern church that's built completely underground. It's got like really incredibly unique design. So that's something people may decide to do in their free time.
It's a stunning part of the world.
Oh yeah,
so
you said you've been to Helsinki as well. Yeah.
Been to Helsinki. It's a stunning part of the world. It really is. So Linda, day 3.
Yeah, so day 3, this is actually a highlight. We find a lot of our guests say that they love it here, and this is Suomenlinna Fortress. So it's a kind of series of 8 islands that together form a sea fortress, and it was built to defend Sweden and then Russia and ultimately Finland. And we have a guided tour there, and the guide is excellent, and they really bring the fort's history to life. But what I find really interesting is, as well as the historical significance, it's also currently a suburb of Helsinki with about 800 residents as well. So it's still kind of used in this day and age as well. And yeah, people absolutely love this day.
Absolutely stunning. And we're going to move on to day 4, folks, which is one of my favorite places I've ever been to, which is Tallinn.
Yes, so we will take a ferry across to Estonia, which is only about 2 hours. And when we get to Tallinn, our first stop is going to be going to Kadriorg Palace. So it was built in the 18th century by the Russian Emperor Peter the Great as a gift to his wife Catherine. but it now houses the country's best art collections, which we'll visit, as well as, you can see, beautiful gardens. And we will spend the next 2 nights in Tallinn, which is, like Pete said, it's amazing. It's probably the highlight of the whole tour, for people. It's one of Northern Europe's best preserved cities. So on day 5, we'll do a guided walking tour. And it's just got this like rabbit warren of atmospheric streets, and you can see from all these pictures, colourful buildings. This is one of the highlights, the Russian Orthodox Cathedral. It's also got a lovely pink Parliament building. It's just a lovely place to hang out, and we'll have some free time here as well. Personally, it's the kind of place I like just wandering around, but we found a few of our guests recently really enjoy the KGB Museum. I'm not sure if
Wow.
you went there, but
I
they
didn't.
say that, yeah, so I know that the museum, they used to bug a lot of the
Wow.
rooms, and even the tables in the restaurant were bugged as well.
Yeah.
And I think the hotel said it was only up to 21 floors, but there was like a
Wow.
secret 22nd floor where all of the spying happened. So
And
yeah, it's
the old
quite
town,
fascinating.
the old town
The old
is one of the
town is
most.
stunning.
It's a wonderful old town, and you've got these amazing craft and arts places all over the place. There's so many, and do you know what I loved about that? You'd walk in, and then you talk to the person behind the counter. They were the artist, or they were the person that made everything. They were it's their personal place, and so it was just one of those beautiful places. It really was. And then day 6.
Yeah, so we're going to head to Latvia, but en route we're going to stop at Tartu, which is Estonia's second biggest city and its cultural capital. This is a picture of the old town hall, and we'll just spend a little bit of time there wandering around and getting some lunch. It's just kind of a nice stopover point, really, on the way to Riga.
And there's Riga.
Yeah, so now we're in Latvia. Riga is actually the largest of the Baltic state cities. It's a lot less touristy than Tallinn, but it's still got so much to offer, as you can see in these pictures. And I think it's especially good for architecture fans. It's got over 800 Art Nouveau buildings, and it's also got this trio of buildings which are really fascinating called the Three Brothers. They're right next to each other, but they have 3 different architectural styles, and they're built in 3 distinct time periods, but they're literally like right next to each other.
Wow.
So yeah, there's just beautiful buildings to see everywhere. That's some example of the Art Nouveau architecture. And then in free time, I know some of our guests like to do, you can do like a canal cruise, which ends up in the sea. So it's just a nice way to kind of see the city as well.
Yeah,
And
it
that's
really
the
is.
end.
It
Yeah,
is.
3 very different cities, 3 different countries. Yeah, really great. You can see it all here. 3 nights Helsinki, 2 nights Tallinn, 2 nights Riga, and then time to fly home again, unfortunately.
And that is the deal, Daryl. Again, go for that deal again, please.
Yeah. So just first of all, just a couple of things I was just kind of noting down while you two were talking about it, because as I said at the very beginning of the show, I don't really know a lot about these destinations. So and the first thing is like day 3 when you go to the fort. That's a favorite for the guests, and that's a great thing about having Linda on the show, is she gets the feedback from Riviera, so she can pass that on to us. So that was lovely to hear. But also day 4, a favorite of yours, Pete. So that's nice to hear about Tallinn, is like you say, your own personal experience. But
I'll explain that, Daryl.
yeah,
Basically, I've cruised into Tallinn. I've not been on a holiday,
yeah.
and the feedback I got from so many people was, this is a wonderful place to spend a few days. I would love to come back and spend a few days, and this gives you that great opportunity to do just that.
Yeah, it really does. And what also I love, but it does put us men on a bit of a difficulty, is that the man built that beautiful palace for his wife, if I'm right in saying. So there you go. So I need to up my game by all accounts. But and then just like you were saying, day 7 as well, Riga being the largest Baltic city. I didn't know that. And from an architecture point of view, what did you say? 800 um
Art Nouveau
houses.
buildings, yeah.
Yeah. So yet again, you know that for your pictures, for your kind of just walking around and taking in this impressive architecture, it's going to be a great city to visit. So this tour just looks absolutely fascinating. And like you say, from the price point of view and the dates, there's plenty of dates across next summer. And like you say, your lead-ins at 1879 going from Gatwick next September. But even in kind of August next year, it doesn't go any higher than 2149. And the great thing is with these dates now that all your guests will be traveling on those same flights. So you'll have other people to travel with before you've even left the UK. And all we require is a deposit of $250.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic, and a great time of year to visit. So, if that's right for you, folks, that's a number to call. It's a local number, by the way. And go for the number, please, Daryl.
Yeah, so it's 02920 619 961. Now, just to reiterate what Pete said, it is a local Cardiff number. So if people are looking in it because it starts at 02, it's not a premium rate number. It is a local rate number, 02920 619 961.
The team are waiting. So now we're going to move on because we now also have a wonderful tour of Bruges. And first of all, just to go through what's included, please.
Yes. So, Peter, just before we talk about this, one thing I'm going to reiterate, and I imagine Linda will say the same. If we've got any guests watching today and they're not sure about going on their first solo exclusive tour, this is an ideal opportunity just to get a taste of what it's like to travel solo with other like-minded solo guests.
Fantastic. Do you want to see the highlights of what's included first, Daryl?
Yes, please.
Which one?
So I just want to see what we get included. The bed and breakfast. If you can bring that one back up for me, please.
There we go.
Yeah, so it's bed and breakfast, 3 nights in a 3-star superior accommodation, return European Eurostar transfers. So for people who don't like flying, who have maybe kind of been a member for Passion for Cruises and have only cruised out of Southampton, here's another option for you. We offer Eurostar out of London St Pancras. You get free included experience. We'll meet you at the train station. So Riviera will be there to meet you before you depart St Pancras. A welcome dinner or drinks to get to know your fellow travelers. You'll get expert tour managers. So yet again, nothing's changed since we spoke about this in the last itinerary. You'll get some of the best solo tour managers out there. Maximum group size of 25 people, checked luggage, hotel porterage, and all additional and taxes included.
And the highlights.
Yeah, so this is great on this one. So you're going to get a guided walking tour of the historic of Bruges. So yet again, a nice way to go around the city, because what you'll get a local guide telling you the ins and outs and giving you sometimes those hints and tips that you wouldn't necessarily get if you were just doing your own city break there. You'll then go kind of see, obviously from our side as Brits, going to see kind of how Belgium played it and Bruges played a huge part in the First World War and the battlefields. So that's included in your highlights. And then most importantly, you're going to go and visit a traditional chocolatier, which, let's be honest, everybody, when they think of Belgium, thinks of chocolate. So what a great opportunity that is.
And the deal, Daryl.
Yeah. So starting from the spring, we're going to have 18th of March, 839. We've got St Pancras, 20th of May, 949. The 14th of June, 949. 16th of September up to 979. And then back in 7th of October, 26, 949. And the great thing about this one, there are upgrades available to Eurostar Plus. They start from 159. And the deposit to get booked on this one is only a small deposit of 150 today.
Wow. And this is the map. That's where we're going to be going from. So, Linda, please talk us through this wonderful tour.
So day one, we're going to travel by Eurostar to Lille, and then we'll do a 1-hour transfer by coach to Bruges. So it's quite a short journey time all in all. We'll arrive about 5 o'clock, so we've got time to settle in before heading out for a welcome dinner. And Bruges is obviously you can have a welcome beer as well, but Bruges is quite a small city and it's really walkable. So like Daryl said, it's a good one for first timers because it's short, but also it's not particularly overwhelming. It's not that far away, so it's good for people who want to maybe take the plunge for the first time.
It certainly is. And day two.
The next day, we're going to do a walking tour in the morning. And Bruges, you'll notice from the pictures, but it's one of the most picture-perfect towns in Europe. It's got the winding canals, the cobbled streets, and this is the main town square. It's called the Markt, and it's got these brightly coloured buildings you can see. It gets a lot of stalls there as well, selling food and drink and different things. And there's a 13th century belfry as well. So if you're feeling fit, there's about 350 steps to the top, and then you get amazing views over the city. But we'll
Wow.
do
And
all
day
the main
3?
highlights, really. Yeah. And then the next day, you can spend more time in Bruges if you want to, or you can join our guided tour to Ypres and Tynecott Cemetery. So this is a really good day for anyone interested in World War One history. So basically, this town was almost flattened during the First World War, and the casualties in that area were extremely high. There was over 1 million across 5 battles, and the town was rebuilt, but they haven't forgotten their history. In fact, at this gate, every single evening, they have a memorial ceremony to the lives that were lost. And we'll visit the Memorial Museum. We'll also go to bunkers from the Third Battle, which was the most devastating one with about 500,000 killed. And then we'll go to the cemetery, which we saw too, which is the largest Commonwealth cemetery in the world with 12,000 graves. So it's all very
Wow.
sad, of course, but I know lots of people are interested in their history. And then last but not least, before we go home, we've got time to visit a chocolatier. Like Daryl said, Belgium's famous for artisan chocolate. And apparently they've got one of the world's highest chocolate consumption rates as well. There's about 6 kilograms per person they eat on average. And we'll go to one of the few establishments that still use the traditional methods, and they'll give us a
Wow.
demonstration, of course. And then, of course, we can try our own. And I'm sure people will be buying some to take home for their
Oh,
loved ones if they
yes.
don't eat it all on the Eurostar in the
They
meantime.
certainly were. And so there's the highlights of this absolutely wonderful tour. And what, not just it's a great taster tour for many reasons, isn't it? To be honest with you, it really is. And just to remind yourself, these are the deals, Daryl.
Yeah, so yet again, before I run through that, I've just made some notes because I've been fortunate to cruise to Zeebrugge, but unfortunately I was on a conference with work a long time ago, so I never actually got off the boat. So I've never actually gone to Belgium. So just listening about that, then I was like, I wish I really kind of didn't have to go to that conference that day. But yeah, as Linda was saying, picture perfect town. So what a great place to get your Facebook photos for a start, because yeah, with those backdrops and those amazing buildings, you could get some really, really nice photos. Also, one of the things, I mean, like we said, the World War One plays a huge part in kind of British history. So what a great opportunity to see some of that up close,
Yeah.
and get the insight into how the locals lived during those very, very difficult times. And then finally, just a mouth-watering chocolate. I'm going to have a sip of my water in a second, just looking at that at midday and thinking, oh, what I'd do to tuck into some of that right now. So yeah, what a
Yeah. Yeah.
fantastic picture that is. So,
It
so
is.
yeah.
That gets you there, and that's the deals, Daryl.
Yeah, yeah. So as we said, the lead-in price is on the 18th of March at 839. You've got the 20th of May at 949, 14th of June at 949, 16th of September at 979, and the 7th of October at 949. Deposit of 150. It is Eurostar out of St. Pancras, so that's a nice experience as well. A lot of people that I speak to, whenever you say about going to Europe by train, they say it's a beautiful way to see it.
Mm.
Yes. So yeah, so to have that option is great. And I mean, from our side, just working with a company like Riviera
Yeah.
Travel just shows that they very much have solos at heart, like we do, Peter, as you know.
We do.
So yeah, what a great opportunity
And,
for our
we have
guests.
a question here. Why do these tours only offer 3 dinners? I noticed it's off. Oh, okay. That's it. Okay, I didn't see it yet.
Yeah, it does vary, to be honest. We have some tours that include all dinners, like I think it's in Malta, Madeira, Lake Garda. There are a few like that. And in other places we tend to on the Tallinn one, we include one in each country basically.
Mm.
But on the rest of the nights, it doesn't mean that people will be eating alone. You know, like Dara said, the tour managers are really great at getting people together. So they'll say, I'm going to
Choices.
go to this
Yeah.
restaurant. Anyone want to join me? And people will either go with the tour manager or they
Mm.
start making little groups of friends, you know. So we always say, you know, like nobody's alone unless they want to be. So
And there might be
even when the
certain
meals aren't
restaurants.
included,
Yeah.
they will, you know, they will still dine together. But we do have some guests that don't want everything included. You know, they want some
Yeah.
independence as well.
I
Oh,
did.
this is a
Anne
good
said she
review.
did this tour as a solo traveller in May this year. Absolutely no hesitation in recommending it. Fantastic capitals. Hotels really great. Love the ferry crossing. Just go, says Amber.
Oh, wow.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. Yeah. And most of the tours, the River Cruise, the River, I've travelled, so I had a brilliant time, always
Oh.
felt comfortable and included. There we go. Some wonderful. If you've got any other questions, now's a chance to ask them very quickly, folks. Linda, these look amazing. Daryl, thank you so much. Just to confirm, folks, the team are waiting. The team are waiting. Please go for that number again one more time, please, Daryl.
Yeah, so it's 02920 619 961. That's a Cardiff local rate number. So no premium charges, anything like that. And the best thing about our company, Pete, and what I love, and I always say, you speak to a human being. So as soon as you
Yes.
get through, you'll speak to one of our amazing travel consultants, and they will happily get you booked on. And if you've got any questions or any hesitations, just ask them, and they will put your mind at ease.
And a big hello to Dave, by the way. A massive big hello to Dave. Afternoon, he says.
Afternoon,
And
Dave.
the team are amazing, and they are waiting to take your calls. So, Linda, as always, thank you so much for coming on the show. Really appreciate it, you know, and just to paint the picture, which you paint so well. Daryl, thank you again, as always, in PFC HQ, who's now there waiting to take your calls. Thanks for her behind the scenes, CJ. You've been busy today. We got slightly mixed up with one of the graphics, folks, as you can see. But we go live; these things happen, and so we get them fixed as we do. So it happens live, and I'm glad to say that we were live on Facebook as well. Have you got a note, Elena? Have you got a note? Just to let you know, this is available on playback as well. So you can, as soon as we finish, you can watch the show live on playback if you have just missed it. But welcome to the show as well. And most importantly, thank you, everybody, all our members who are watching. We really appreciate you. Please like us on Facebook and please like us on YouTube, especially as well. It makes a big difference. And hopefully you can grab a great opportunity of these two wonderful tours. So thank you, CJ. Thank you, Daryl. Thank you, Linda. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you soon. Bye, folks.
Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye, guys.